Wow, 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 wow. I'm wearing a Metroid shirt, so that makes sense, right? I had nothing. Let's let's see you in a minute.
Shame.
Oh, hi! I didn't see you there. Welcome to Famicom Dojo live, where this week we're going to play Metroid. This was chosen by our Patreon producers. It was a close runner-up last month, but this month it bust through. I was trying to think of a clever Samus related pun I could say, and I did not think of one fast enough. It's too early in the morning for me to do this. I usually do it at the end of the day, but here we are. Hello, welcome to Famicom Dojo Live. I'm excited to play this game. I also have, pull out of this, talk about that in a second. The original, wait for the image to, come on, adjust. There we go. Yeah, there it is. So there's actually a cartridge that's a little bit more like this with the box art. This is like the Black Label carts, although it's not really a Black Label, right? But this is similar to those original Black Label carts that they released for the NES. This is from '86 though, so it doesn't quite fit the verve. But it looks a little bit more like this with the more anime style. It's just Samus kneeling with her arm cannon, ready to blast some Metroids, I guess. It's the same cartridge. It's the same contents, but it just looks a little different. So if you see those two different ones, there's nothing special. One's just released later. I want to say '89, not 100% sure. Also, this little fun little Disc-kun Famicom Disk System holder, which again is so bright. There we go. Now we can sort of see the features if I rotate it around. It even says Famicom Dojo. Yeah, it's too bright. You can't really see it. This was printed by friend of the show, Gary of Rock Solid Productions. So check out his cool stuff. I don't know if he makes these anymore, but he got us one. Pretty neat. We're not going to play the cartridge version today. We could. I could stick it into the Retron 5, but I want to play on the Nintendo Switch because I can use one of these guys. Of course, I can use an NES controller on the Retron also, but I wanted to specifically use these. Unfortunately, I appear to have caused a bit of a problem because these weren't docked in a Switch charging for a while, and so the batteries were a little bit low. So I don't know if there's enough juice to be able to play for 90 minutes or so. So I might use my, you can't even see it. There we go. I might use my Pro controller instead. But yeah, how y'all doing today? Thank you, producers, for picking this game. Like I usually say, you never steer us wrong, so we're gonna have a good time. I got some recommendations from the chat about how to not play this game vanilla, and I might show. What I'm thinking I'm gonna do is at least play a bit of it vanilla, and then maybe go into some of the different passwords we could use, because I don't know how far we're gonna get. I don't know how much people are gonna want to see, because it will be very boring to watch me just grind through this game. 100% agree. I'm playing through the second quest of the original Zelda right now, and I feel the exact same way about that. I don't even know how I got to 250 rupees in order to get the blue ring. Is it rupees or rubies? Because in the manual it's rubies, but when I was a kid we always called them rupees. Did that ever get canonized, or have we just been saying it wrong for the last 35 years? Anyway, haven't checked the chat yet. Delius of Sparta is here. Hello. How are you? Okay. Well, let's pop over to the retro-ish station, and then we'll see what we got as far as our controller charging is concerned.
Shame.
All right. Just a second. All right. So it's claiming. I don't know. It's claiming. I think that the battery life on this thing just might be permanently borked from not being charged for long periods of time. That could very well be. So let's change our grip order here. All right. If it yells at me about the controller before we're done, I'll just switch it out. But I'll let the other one charge. There we go. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Oh, I can't hear anything because I don't have my TV on. I have everything streaming through the computer here, but there's no sound coming from the computer. Just a second. Besides, it looks better if I look at where the TV is. It looks like I'm looking at the screen from your perspective. Oh, we are not on the correct HDMI input. We're better taped. It's always something. Yeah, and then now the whole thing's going to freak out because the TV is trying to connect through the HDMI. There we go. Come on. I believe in you. There we go. There are a lot of cool things about these controllers, and we are less than a week out from the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct that's going to talk more about its launch and other things, and I really want to know how these are going to work, if at all, or if they're going to make new ones specifically for the Switch 2, and if those new ones are going to have the rail, well, not a rail, but have the Joy-Con connector that they have for the Switch 2, or if they're going to be more like these guys with the USB-C connector and not connect to the console directly at all, which I think is would be a shame for reasons that I'll explain in an upcoming video that we're working on. Suffice to say that there are some cool features. I'm just saying, you might be noticing one of them right now. I'm going to be that vague about it because we're here to talk about Metroid and not those other things. Here we go. Even the box art is different. Hey, I want to do something real quick, actually. Ooh, how'd I do that? I just used this. You can do that with these things. It's great. Hold on. I need to find a game. I want to show you something real quick. Just a little difference. Since we were discussing the Famicom and the NES differences. Let's go over that real quick. Delios of Sparta says he feels like making it to Ridley or Craig is a good goal for the stream. I think that's a good idea. Ooh, that was interesting. What happened there? Watch our video for more information. We're better taped. There's Zelda. I think these are in roughly the same order. There it is. It looks just like the disc I held up. Does that sound like the Famicom Disk System version, or did they do something? Because they don't have the hardware, right? Did they use the... I don't know. But anyway, yeah, this looks very similar to the Zelda save screen, right? This does sound like the NES version. Oh, that's upsetting. I should grab, not today, not right now, I should grab the Famicom Mini Edition It does sound different. Yeah, it doesn't sound quite like the Famicom Disk System version, but it's pretty darn close. But yeah, so you would put your name in here, like I don't know, how do you say Samus in Japanese? Is it Samus? I have no idea. How do I end? I just go down there. Yeah. Once you get a site. So the disk is loading. I mean, it's not really. It's just imitating the disk loading. It shouldn't take as long as the actual disk loading, though. Oh my God, it is. Yeah. Oh, man. This is why I wanted to use the Switch version so I can go back and forth between this, to switch between them, as you might say. All right. Good. Are we good here? Get the idea? All right. Go back. Play the NES. Cheesemeister is here. Hello. Moo. Samus. That makes more sense. Thank you, Cheesemeister. How are you doing this this late evening? It's after midnight there. No, sorry, our time changed, so it's only like 11 o'clock. That sounds real similar, doesn't it? Is it just me? For some reason, my computer sounds like it's taking off like a jet engine. Anyway, so yeah, we can continue, right? But I don't have a password I want to use right this second. Anyway, here we go. Right away. Some people, you know, you go right naturally in these games, especially if you play like Mario Brothers or whatever. So that going left. This is why old school gamers like me. Oh, I didn't demonstrate that I didn't have that ball before. Hold on. Let me demonstrate that for you. Oh, apparently I have save states. I have no idea. The game audio is really low. Of course it is. Because we're better taped. Actually, I can probably just put Samus right there. Keep her safely tucked out of the way. Alright, how's that? Is it too loud now? I bumped up a healthy amount. Anyway, yeah, I can't crouch. Nothing. Nothing's happening. How? Why can't Metroid crawl? Oh, Lord. That joke's 12 years old. Lucille's here. Hello. Okay. So I mean, right off the bat, like if you've played the original Metroid, or even, you know, Super Metroid recently, like there's a lot here already. Like there's no backgrounds because it's the NES and it can't really do backgrounds. But I mean, it can, but not the kind you'd expect. It also depends on what they're using the backgrounds for. You know, there's all that. Get some more energy. Let's go. I really want to get this guy. I really want him. I really want him dead. All right, that's fine. But like, if you play Super Metroid, even that game is, there's a lot. It's still pretty tile based, which is surprising. Like, it felt weird going back to that after playing Metroid Dread, which is, you know, the latest and greatest of the 2D-ish Metroids. Okay, I can't shoot down. Okay, I can shoot up, forward, back, you know, left and right. No diagonals, no shooting down, no crouching. but her helmet, it looks enormous. Especially those thin little legs. It reminds me of, you ever see Skinny Mario? That's what this reminds me of. Anyway. I can't crouch, so how do I get this guy? I don't. I guess that's the answer. Oh no. Okay. Let's go. There's no map either, which is wild, right? Like, even Zelda had a map, but it was limited, right? Like, there was only so much space you had to worry about. Yeah, I can't get these guys at all. Too low. Can't get that guy at all. Ah ha ha ha! He touched me, Mom. Don't let him touch me. Oh God. I suck at this game. There we go. So I gotta keep that map in here, which could really suck. So far there's a screen where I could have gone down but didn't. So I can't go down. You can't go down any further here, and it can go back up. Now there are maps. You can draw your own, or I can look up one online, which I may end up doing. Because I don't remember. I don't have enough room in my brain for this kind of stuff. This if I haven't played it recently. So like I said, I was playing the original Zelda recently because I hadn't. Like Zelda 2, mwah, love it. I can play that one backwards and forwards, and also because I've beaten it like 3 or 4 times now in the last year. 2 years, not including beating it twice on the PC Enhanced Edition, the unofficial but wonderful edition that we played on the stream, actually. You should go back and watch it. Not right now, you're busy. You're busy watching this. But make a date. Make a date and watch us play that game. Granted, it might be a couple years out of date, because Hoverbat's been working on it ever since, and adding things and whatnot, but it was mostly done. It was mostly its current state when we got to it. Anyway, I'm all rambling about this because there's not a lot to see as I grind and get my energy up to 99. The music in this is great, isn't it? Like, even at this point. Like, these early NES games did not slouch on their musical capabilities. By Nintendo or, you know, Capcom or Konami, like, they really nailed it. Hashtag nailed it. And these guys, I'm not even shooting at them because I know I can't affect them right now. But I guess maybe you didn't know that because you've never seen this game before. I don't know. Whatever. We got Metroid Prime 4 coming out, you guys. And that's exciting. I mean, is it exciting? Do we even want that anymore? Prime 3 was a while ago. I mean, it was a Wii game for crying out loud. So, I'm just saying. Okay, I can keep going up or I can go right. Keep that mental map going. You know, I'm gonna keep going up just to see if I get stopped before I go somewhere else. Because what we're not going to see are save points, right? Because dying is how you save. Oh, I love this. So creepy and atmospheric. There we go. Oh, come on. That's rude. That's rude. You're a rude boy. Here we go. First stoppage. Come on. I'm getting better at this. There we go. Now I'm maxed out. Boop, 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 boop. Ah! So anyway, because we have this password system, we can do a lot of cool things. We can use the password system to create states in the game that wouldn't be possible otherwise, like having Samus, you know, the Justin Bailey code. Having Samus with a lot of powers to start the game with, and then in various sprite forms, things that you can't really do on the original Famicom Disk System version. So we will go through some of those. I actually wanted to do a whole video about some of the more interesting combinations, including like stuff that speedrunners will use. We are not speedrunning, we are just trying to play the game as you might have experienced it back in '86. Almost 40 years ago. Good Lord. I could just let these guys go, but I don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? You get me? Oh, rude. Rude. Woo! This could be a great place to charge up or to kill yourself, apparently, because I am not doing so hot. Ugh. I wanted to get right about here. There we go. So then I can go in between. I don't have to worry about... Ah, come on! Oh, I bet you for all my troubles there's nothing here, right? This is how it's gonna work. There we go. Woohoo! Missed me. Alright. Made it. Oh my god. Yep, and stuck. So now we know. Now we know the parameters of our world here, and going to the next area is all we have going for us. Woo. Ugh, come on. I'm lying, I'm dying. Or I'm just dying. One of the two. I'll check the chat in a second. I'm too concentrated on the hardcore action, the immediate heart pumping action. Heavy Metal covers the Brinstar theme. Heck yeah. Nintendo used the Famicom Disk System version of Metroid, but localized for the NSO app. I feel like it's backwards. I feel like the Famicom Disk System version doesn't sound enough like the original, and that just because that could be how they're emulating the music. Oh, dig dang. Am I doing this wrong? No, this is right. Alright. So, we have the blue area, now we're in the orange, yellow? What would you call this? Gold, even? I'm gonna go down first. Going down, wow, 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 wow. How far down can I go? This far. No further. Boop. Ow. Rude. Don't they know I'm on a stream? Don't they know? So yeah, there's no like map, there's no like points of interest that you're supposed to down to half-life. This stinks. Less than half. Feels bad. Feels real bad. Oh, now the other one wants to pop up. No, sir. I am busy. I have things to do. There we go. Yeah, learning how to survive in this environment is like one of the first things, right? This is how you do it. This is what you do. A lot of this. Oh, too far. Okay, and we are... Ooh, missiles! There we go. So now we can go back to those areas if we want, but I feel like backtracking at this point is too early. I mean, apart from... Ow. Woo! Let's just do this for fun. So Samus just changes her color. Phew! Oh, that was very satisfying, though. There we go. Get those. So I push select to do that. You know, for all the thinking that the NES only has 2 buttons, there's really 3 that you could use depending on how the game decides to program it, right? I think actually, what did I do when I did that that video about using the wrong controllers on the Retron 5? I programmed an NES controller to be start B and A, where A, B, and C, and then select was the start button, and then I could play as a Genesis controller, no problem. So another example of depending on how you want to use your buttons. Yeah, we're not ready to leave, I don't think, right? Right. Moofy Space Jump is here! We're gonna have the moofiest of space jumps in this game. Okay. Let's go. Oh boy. I'm just gonna leave that one. Just gonna leave her there. Oh yeah, too many sprites in my game. The game slowed down because of too many sprites in the game. Oh no! Oh, that hurts so much. All these rude boys. Being so rude. Maybe I should have been playing this game instead of Zelda to prepare so that I knew where to go, because I don't remember a ding-dang thing, as you can guess. Just general feelings. This is a vibes-based this live stream. I'm so sorry. We don't play games with Famicom Dojo, we just absorb the game vibes. We don't teach you anything, just how to exist in the 8-bit world. Because we didn't play games then either. We didn't have fun. We just learn how to deal with eternal frustration, kind of like now. It's very good training for adulthood, as it turns out. I don't know. Okay. I do feel like going back. I do feel like doing that, even if it's a bad idea. I have a long way to go, though. Oh my goodness, so much climbing. So, I made some comments, or when I wrote the description for this video on YouTube, I made some comments about how, Mario's a platformer, and Zelda was an adventure game, and for those who don't know, they were developed at the same time. And meant to be very different experiences. Back before they were even Mario and Zelda, I do believe that the intent was the mechanics first and everything else kind of filled in later. Although the platforming naturally, I think, the scrolling aspect of it especially seemed to fit more with the Mario mold anyway, because we had Mario Brothers for arcade, right? That already existed. So that made sense. Zelda, though, was a wholly new thing. Excuse me. So I made some comments about how this game was like a combination of both, where it's a platformer and it's like an action adventure. I think that does a disservice. Like it was just a brief little. It felt like a clever insight when I was writing it, and I was writing it pretty fast. But it does this game a disservice, you know, because the atmosphere is a big part of it, but also it's a lot of vertical platforming, which was not Mario's thing. And then Zelda wasn't until Zelda 2 that. Whew, I had to use all 5? Criminy. Ooh, laser. Feels like, I don't have bombs yet. Don't have bombs yet. You have to come back here. Anyway, it wasn't until Zelda 2 that we had platforming, and then it wasn't until the PC enhanced remake that we had vertical platforming. But anyway, yeah, like, this game isn't really a platformer. It has platforming elements, right? Like, I wouldn't call Zelda 2 a platformer either. Just saying. Woohoo, I love that. Didn't mean to do it, but I could have meant to do it. Alright, so now I have range on my Schuster. Do all the shoosting. Now, I feel like this game meant for me to explore it this way, right? That's the thing I like to do, and another reason why I don't necessarily like to know what I'm doing going into it, is to like just get a feel for what the game is trying to teach me about what it does. And if I remember things and I do things out of expectation, then I can't either have that experience in a real relatable way, or I can't do it, I might forget and just do things the way I'm used to doing them without thinking about the process for how someone might get there. Does that make sense? Because I gotta make a lot of notes otherwise. And, you know, like I say, we're better taped, so... suffice to say, I'm making a lot of notes for some other videos that we're working on, so I don't forget things like these. One of them's about Zelda 2, actually. It's been years coming. Years in the making isn't quite right. I've wanted to work on it and do it for years, and now I'm finally actually doing the research phase and taking copious notes instead of being like, again, vibes-based scripting, where it's like, it feels like that's the right thing to say about this. No. No. You gotta do this the right way. So... oh, baby. Now what have we got back here? Okay. So we are not ready. We are not ready for this. But now I know. Now I know that that's there. So as someone said in the chat, who was that someone? Dillis Sparta said that making it to Raider Ridley is a good goal. I agree. I am not nearly ready, either mentally or itemly, or any of that stuff. Ow. That's probably good enough. Getting the missiles was what I was most concerned with. Come on. There we go. Whoa, nice try. Almost got me. So sorry, I ran through. Rachel's here. Hello. Dealus Sparta says that Kid Icarus is very much a sister game to this. Yeah, I feel like that's true. I feel like that's true because there is a lot of vertical platforming in that one too. But that franchise did not like. They keep trying to make Kid Icarus a thing, and it just never had the same longevity, I guess. Also, I felt like the mechanics of Kid Icarus were a lot more obtuse. Because just going through and shooting things wasn't the right way to play it. You know? Like, there were different things that would happen based on your behavior in a particular level, and there was no outward indication that any of those things were happening. Which isn't to say that the game couldn't have overcome those things, but I think it did make it a more frustrating experience. And that's just based off of me playing it recently within the last couple of years and trying to brute force through it, and only to learn that that wasn't the right way to do it. And so I did it again, armed with the knowledge of what I should be doing, or general loose knowledge. And that was better, but I still wasn't enjoying it. Does that make sense? So as a result, I feel like the Kid Icarus didn't have what it needed. Because this is very straightforward. The lack of a map is frustrating, but like, I can work around it. Yeah, I can't go this way yet. Alright. Sometimes, the obvious way to go is still the right way to go. Oh. Ow. Now we're going to learn if I should have just gone this way in the first place. Or if I needed the missiles for anything. Because I appreciate having the laser at this point. I really do. Feeling like I could have gone this way. Whoa! Oh, yep. Yeah, I think we're gonna get some. Oop! Hello. Oh no. Oh no. Really cheesing me off there, sister. Okay. This is taking us pretty deep. I don't remember going this far. Dang. Because there's no overlap, right? Like, there's no overlap of the map. So if I'm going this far to the right, then there's nothing, like... There are no columns crossing this, like, above or below me. So there might be other ways to get in from the left or the right, above and below, but it's not going to give me... Ooh, energy tank. That's very useful. I'm all full up, too. Love that for me. Yeah, so I could have gone this way first. You know. I didn't have much of a problem. Uh-oh. I have a big problem now, though! Okay. So, got lucky to this point. Maybe it's just my mad Metroid skills. Ah! Oh, come on! But then also the reason that you get the energy tank at the point that you do is so that you can survive this challenge. Yeah. Okay. Phew! Made her. Hardly know her. Oh, I could have gotten out there? Oh, well. Now I know. And he comes down. And he's going to beat me up. How frustrating for all of us. Oh! I hit something. Did you see that? Like, Samus went boop! Down. Like I hit something. Okay. Alright, so now we're in another shaft. Like, we went pretty far to the right. Now, Super Metroid breaks this by having some levels that can crisscross. Oh, what's here, I wonder? If I can't get through here right now, it's going to make me grumpy. Oh, oh, you're a nasty one, aren't you? All right, so far so good on the charge front. Ooh. Trying to get energy, and I lose some to this nerds. All right, just gonna ignore you. Okay. Whoop. Ow! What a jerk. Alright, now we got bombs. We're here to drop bombs. Sound the alarm. There, I can finally... So, I feel like he followed me in there just to prove this point, right? Nothing? Alright. Now, even better question. I moonwalked through that door. Even better question. Oh, I can't. Can I? Oh, oh. Boop. I didn't trap myself, did I? Oh, I did. Oh no! All right, hold on. I don't want to be stuck. All right. I made a promise to myself to not use criminy, to not use any of the NSO capabilities, but I feel like me trying to be cute there, I can make an exception. Ah! Tried to jump. How'd I do? I got 20. Oh! Oh! Here we go. I like how they won't fly up until you try to jump over them. It's very, very good programming. Well done. And they slowly creep down to you. Very well done. I love how they blow apart. You'll see it because I'll play Zelda on stream. Now that's a game I wanted to be sure because it is so big and because it will take a while. Well, I guess this game is like that too. But I didn't know it was going to win. So I also didn't want to spend the time on it not knowing if it would win or not. Does it make sense? Because I know I'm going to play Zelda at one point. Related to a video about this. And, okay, I can't go up anymore. Was there a way I can go to the right? Or am I stuck? Yeah. So now I can go back. Because yeah, that game is long and I don't want to spend a lot of time on stream just futzing about. I had a really hard time finding level 2. Like the OG level 2, not even like second quest level 2. Because I just didn't remember how to get to it. And it's not like it's that hard, it's just kind of tucked away in a corner. And if you don't know where you're going, you can end up kind of orbiting it without ever getting there. Because there's kind of an overworld map, but it doesn't really show you anything. There's no like fog of war or anything like that to let you know where you have and haven't been. But in the meantime, I was essentially grinding, and I got a lot of rupees. I bought a lot of items, and I made a lot of progress. So it wasn't wasted time, but it might not be fun for someone to have to watch. I'm stuck. Come on! Oh my god. So I wanted to be sure I knew where to go, and like if I do have to like grind at any point, like where I had to do that. Now that's an interesting experience to have when I'm trying to do a video about Zelda 2, which is also notorious for having to grind. But you're not grinding levels, but you kind of are. Like I made some observation in my script writing process that the rupees or rubies, whichever you prefer, are gone, but like experience points are kind of the same thing because you can spend them on like upgrades and stuff. Not really intentionally thinking about how you literally have to buy a lot of useful things in the original Zelda game. Like there were a few I remember, like the blue ring. But like I didn't realize, like I didn't remember you had to buy the arrow to go with the bow. Like you get the bow, but you can't use it until you buy the arrow. Like the only way to do it is to purchase it. And like I knew that you had to buy. I knew that you had to buy the large shield because that's one of the things that you can lose and then have to rebuy. And I knew that you had to buy the initial blue candle. I mean, do you have to? Do you need the blue candle for anything? You need a candle to get to level 8, 7 or 8. But I think you get the red one before that? See, I just played it and I can't remember for sure. But yeah, so as a result, there's some grinding in Zelda, but it's not like for experience exactly, but dropping rupees is kind of like experience points. So Miyamoto, infamous for not liking RPGs. Is he even infamous for it? I don't know. He didn't want to make an RPG, but he found a way, or his team anyway, he and his team found a way to take those elements and, yeah, like other RPGs have money systems too, but it's like it combined them, right? I don't know how intentional that was, but like just comparing to Zelda 2, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So I'm not trying to change minds. All right, I'm working on a pile of shame video about Zelda 2 because I want to reformulate pile of shame into like a general how-to, but also help like rehabilitate the image of games that I think deserve a second chance and deserve a chance to be beaten, or just because we do the Train Your Game series, which is like tips and tricks, like sequence breaking or interesting weird things you can do, but also like just general skills. But you know, if it's stuff you need to know how to play a game, then it doesn't feel like it's the right kind of thing to make a video about, like a standalone video about. So that's why like a video about the Justin Bailey code, not interesting. A video about 5 codes that aren't Justin Bailey, potentially interesting. I've been talking and I can't remember where I'm supposed to go. Nerds. I wanted to go this way because I wanted to see if I could bomb something. Anyway, so the new, is it this way? I think it's this way. So the new formulation for Pile of Shame isn't like, here's a game I don't play a lot, and watch me play it for 5 minutes and then quit at whatever point I feel frustrated enough that I got enough value out of it. Those did okay. It didn't do nearly well enough. And it became this, like what you're watching now. Like, it's like I'd rather live stream that and get through the game to have some idea of what I should be doing. And then I can make... the intent was to make a pile of shame out of those clips, right? Like the old style, but like get through enough of it. And I've decided that that isn't good enough. Like, I've recorded a couple of them that I've never released, where I filmed myself. Do I need to go to the top one? Or is the middle one okay? Because I can't even get in here. Oh boy. Oh, I could... Interesting. I bet you this is the one I have to go into then. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down, game. So I recorded myself. Like, I would do it live, but then I was recording myself into another camera, which wasn't what I was primarily trying to do, right? Like if you're watching the live stream, you're watching me look into another camera, and that wasn't interesting for you to watch as a live stream. Because the camera I would use for live, this is only a 720p camera that I'm using. I mean, it says it has a 1080p mode, but I think it just upscales. Anyway, I didn't want to use the same camera for both things, and it just didn't work out well, I felt. So, especially because I was trying to edit, or at least review the footage for Battle of Olympus. And it didn't come out very well. Like, there were audio issues. I mean, maybe it wasn't that one. Maybe it was, I'm thinking of Shadowgate. But I did the same thing for Shadowgate. So, like, compare notes. These complaints are common among both of them. I also didn't want to, like, have a lot of footage on that camera. So, like, I was trying to save time, right? Like, I would do the live stream, I would record the footage, and then I would cut it up to play later. But there are a lot of technical issues with that, and then the stream itself wasn't very good quality. It's like, why would you want to watch me look at another camera for something later? Like, make both experiences good. So it's going to take more time doing it this way, but I feel like it'll be better. But, like, realistically, I don't have the time to do it the way I want, so I got to pick and choose. So Zelda 2 is one of those things. So I streamed Zelda 2. I haven't even played it already. And then I streamed Zelda 2, and those were done pretty well, but that also is, playing Zelda 2 is what encouraged me to do this the quote-unquote right way. Well, I bet you I could have... Oh, I probably could have bomb jumped out of there, where I got stuck before. For some reason, I could only do one bomb at a time. There we go, there it goes. Yeah. Can I not go this way yet? Hold on, we'll complete my thought in a minute. Uh-oh. What do I do? Do I have to freeze that guy here and then I can... How did I... Bomb jumping in this game is a lot harder than the other... There it is! Oh my gosh! Okay, phew! Made it. I knew there had to be a way through. Well, now what? There we go. So you have to bomb jump through that. Oh, that's brilliant. I don't know about brilliant, but that... Oh, that's actually kind of rage-inducing. Because if you don't know... Oh, God! Oh, God. Okay. It's fine, because we're going to get this energy tank and everything will be fine. Anyway, so... Playing through Zelda 2 made me think of it doing it this way. Make that experience as good as possible. Take notes, and then I have like some footage that I can refer back to, even if I don't use it directly. But I can use it directly, but I probably won't, but I can, but I won't. Right? Because being able to tell a story about my like very real and recent experience about playing through a game, like this one, for instance, would be helpful in illustrating certain aspects, like emotions that I feel I'm trying to convey to an audience, about what playing this game could be like. Okay, so now we're in another shaft. We probably can't go down very far because this is where the big horizontal line went, right? Like, there's going to be a bottom to this. Oh no, I better... Oh, nope, we're going to do it. So sorry. Because we got a stream to run here. We got a business to take care of. Okay, I can only go down. Okay, that's good to know. Anyway, I wasn't sure. Now, was I here? I think I was here. I think I was. Oh, criminy. Come on. Whoop. Just double checking. This is where I thought that I was. Yeah, we've been here. Okay, yeah. That's where I got the bomb, right? So then I had to like go back and all the way up and around, and now I've completed a circuit. I've gotten more missiles. I've gotten more. I got more missiles, and I got more. Another energy tank. Okay, now at this point, I need to know if I'm missing anything before I go back. Cheese Meister, I have not forgotten your question. I hope you're still with us. I will get back to it. Daniel's here. Hello. All right, Movie thought that we're going to kill a boss. All right, I'll take a little pause in my Zelda 2 pile of shame thoughts and address Cheese Meister's question because I know it's late where he is. So, I don't know. I didn't feel great about the Metroid Prime 4 trailer, and this could be partly my experience with the Prime series, where I bought all 3 games. I played the first one through a few times. The second one I had a really, really hard time getting through. I got stuck at one point and got real frustrated. So I went back to it. I didn't play it on the stream. I don't think. No. I went back to it more recently. I want to say in the last 5 years. How do I get out of here? Is that where I wanted to go? Yeah, sorry, I was busy looking and talking and not thinking about where I was going. I wanted to get through that game before I played it. Because I bought Prime 3 when it came out. It's like, oh, I'll play this. And then because I didn't finish Prime 2, I didn't feel like I should play it. Does that make sense? I think I cracked it open and got frustrated with the Wii controls. And I was like, oh, that's enough of that. I'll go back and play Prime 2 and then whatever. So years pass. Decade passes? Not decades, fortunately. Well, kind of. I did play Prime 3 on the stream briefly and got to a point where it's like, oh, this is an open world Metroid game. Uh-oh. So, with that in mind, and the fact that I only beat Prime 2, which was a good game, I just wish I hadn't gotten so frustratingly stuck on it. I don't have a wellspring of good feeling about the Prime series to like go back on and be like, oh, this is great, right? Or whatever. I think I can fall here. I think this is a place I can... Yes! My memory didn't fail me. Fantastic. All right. I'm glad I didn't run all the way back, because I knew there was something I was missing. All right, this is as far as I can go. So whatever I get here is going to be important. Is this the freeze ray? Ooh, hello, new guys. Oh my goodness, too many. Oh, so slow. All right, so I haven't played Prime 3 is what I'm trying to get at. I haven't gotten through enough of it. I really feel like the evil duplicate Samus thing has been kind of overdone. Sorry. So I haven't finished it. So if there was something neat and cool at the end of Metroid Prime 3 that's like, oh, I can't wait to see the next game, and it's been, how long has it been? It's been a long time. What did I get? Is that the freeze ray? I love this. Oh. Oh man, it's like you can see it. You can't, when you're in that shaft, you can't see this. But you can see it from this side. I love that. A map would have made this better, I'm just saying. So I'm glad that Super Metroid added the map. But I didn't see anything in particular of Prime 4, because I'm sure that trilogy ended, right? Like there wasn't really necessarily a promise of having a Prime 4, but they're going back to it because it was a very popular trilogy. I didn't see anything in particular about, excuse me, the enemies or the abilities, like the psychic abilities. I'm like, okay. I loved Dread. I loved the fact that it was a direct sequel, in the way that, like, you know, Super Metroid was a sequel to Metroid 2. I really enjoyed, I haven't finished it yet, but I really enjoyed Samus Returns. Now that I have a working 3DS I can play it on. Like, you think I would have finished it by now, but I haven't. Yeah, I'm gonna freeze this guy, right? Yep, there we go. Fantastic, and that's how we get out of here. Oh! Look at that! How come I can stand on that? How come I'm able to? Why is that? That's so interesting. Huh. And now that guy is gone. He didn't spawn. Weird. Anyway, Come on. Come on. Okay, so I feel like I might have cheesed the game a bit. No? No, I didn't. I didn't. I thought that I could have gotten the freeze ray before I did, right? I could have. I just didn't. And so I didn't sequence break exactly, but being able to freeze that guy at that spot where I could shoot up might have been helpful. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm taking a long time to answer Cheesemeister's question. I loved Dread so much. It was such a good game. I guess some people don't like the 2D-ishness of it, but I didn't mind. Like, I felt like, because Other M's another game that I haven't really played. I own it, but I haven't really played and beaten. I felt like there was a lot of good ideas in that game, but there was a lot of stuff story-wise that didn't sit right with me. And that's another game where, like, I would only get so far twice now, and haven't really been able to finish. Is this another one? Hold on. What are these save slots? 2021. I don't remember playing any of this stuff. I don't remember at all. Oh my, oh, this is somewhere else entirely. Oh no. That's why I created the save point, because I don't... Oh, this looks awful. Oh God. Oh. How punishing. I don't... yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. What am I supposed to do with this? Do I find something here? Hold on. Oh, yeah. No, this is just making me angry, and we have things to do. I have words to say and things to do. So we're not going down there unless you guys can think of a reason I need to. I'm not doing it. Oh, so Cheese Master, yeah, we had the same experience with the Prime series. Moofy Space Jump says that Prime 3 got him into Metroid as a whole, and that's fine. That's just fine. It's just that, like, you know, I'm old and I have a longer tail with this series, and then you know, like, Dread comes along, and it's, I mean, they say it took him 20 years to make the game with the right technology and stuff. I'm sure that there were other factors, like the mere existence of the Prime series as where the franchise went. I don't even want to say after Fusion, because Fusion came out at the same time as Prime 1, right? And the two had like a, was it Prime 1 or Prime 2? And they were able to link up to some extent. But then, like, Prime became the Metroid series, and the other M happened, and then it was like, But sorry, itchy nose. Where do I go now? Do I go all the way back to the next area? Because I've gone everywhere else. This feels like the right way to go. Let's zip all the way back. I don't think there's anything else left that I need to do. Could be wrong. Let's give it a shot. Right. So with a lot of distraction, that's all a lot of words to say that I don't feel like Prime 4 is doing something for me that Dread didn't already do. I'm excited to see new stuff after Dread, thinking that, like, it's the 5th game in a series of games. Was I here already? Sorry, I'm already lost and I can't remember what was what. It was the 5th game in a series of games that didn't feel like it was going to needed to go anywhere else, but, like, I'm feeling like there's still more to tell, if that makes sense. And speaking of Metroid Fusion, I feel like that game was the real Fusion. Dread is, because it was like console, handheld, console, handheld. Console's also a handheld. That's the real Fusion right there. Yeah, I think I wanted to go in here. That's weird. That's really weird. I don't want to get that, right? I don't... What happens if I do? Is the game glitching? Did I just undo? Nothing happened. That's so weird. I didn't know that would happen. Little glitch in the code there, feels like. Can't shoot down. Right. So Prime 4 had a higher bar for me to get me excited, because it's also a style of gameplay. Like, it's totally first person, right? Like, the only time that you went third person in Prime was when you went into morph ball mode. And I feel like that's what gave them the idea for Other M to go into a potential third-person mode. And then I like that there really isn't a third-person mode per se in Dread. It just goes there for cutscenes. Like, that feels like a good stylistic middle ground. Anyway, so unless I see some Dread-like things like that in Prime 4, from a gameplay perspective, I'm not excited to play a first-person shooter. I like the Prime games, don't get me wrong, but given that we've seen now what Metroid can be, I don't want to feel limited. And a first-person shooter style feels limited to me. Sorry. As far as the story goes, nothing hooked me. There's nothing about the story, like, is it going to continue from Dread? Like, is there any... Like, Prime has always been kind of like a side story to the main 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sequel series, right? Does that make sense? Okay, I didn't get something that I need still. Right? Like, I can't get in there. Ugh. Alright. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Ah! Didn't mean to do that. That's not what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Actually, let's keep that suspend point, because I might want to be back. I didn't get anything here that I needed. Let's do this. Let's try a couple of things. Movie Space Jump says that Dread is so much fun. Yeah, and now that he's played the whole series, he prefers the 2D games more. Yeah, so, yeah, the Prime series feels like a necessary evolution of the Metroid franchise, but we've sort of moved beyond it. So I need to know more. I'm not excited about it. I probably will buy it, especially if it's like a launch title. They have to fix the controls. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Okay, you want some real tea here? Hold on. Hold on. I don't have it. So I bought Metroid Prime Remastered. Which felt like it came out like, you know, it was like a Metroid 30th anniversary thing. I was hoping to do like a little Game & Watch, but they didn't do it. Prime Remastered, with its hybrid control scheme, it felt like an experiment, right? Almost a mea culpa. Because they could have done these control schemes with a GameCube controller, which had the dual sticks. Like, doing a dual stick first-person shooter was possible on the GameCube, and then they could have done what they ended up figuring out for the new Prime Remastered control schemes, which was that you could pivot. You could have a button that would pivot the different things that you could do. So having like a dedicated C stick to do Samus's weapons was not good, but having a pivot that you could do and use the face buttons to make those selections, or something else, or maybe even use the C stick, when like you should have been able to move with one stick and look with another stick the entire time, I think would have made all the Prime games better. So minimum, I need that control style on Metroid Prime 4. Minimum. No indication of if they're going to do that, though.
Shame.
So, anyway, you haven't played the remaster? It's worth it. I mean, so that they did some things with Metroid Prime Trilogy, with the Wii controls and stuff, right? So that's in there with the motion controls. There's a morph ball jump you can do, and I wanted to do like a little YouTube short about it. But there's also some narration they added for the European versions. I don't know if that's in remastered or not, or if there's an option to turn that on. This additional like dialogue and stuff that wasn't in the US or Japanese versions of that game. And so it feels like it's worth getting. Now everyone was like, oh, how to play this with the GameCube controller. I wanted to do a video on that, but the video was never about that, because you can do it kind of, and there's a problem. There's a problem because it's not really meant to be played with the GameCube controller. It's just not. And pining for that is just nostalgia. And so I could never do a video about how to do it, because it's not that difficult. You just plug in the ding-dang GameCube adapter and you're done. But you have to be docked, and you don't have a select button, which is a problem. It is a problem. You can't do certain things. It's not a good experience to play with the GameCube controller. It's much better to do one of the hybrid controls. But you don't make a video about why people wanting that is wrong. Does that make sense? It doesn't work. All right. Let's try what was recommended to me by Satoshi. Having the dot in the middle of the O. Oops, I screwed this up already. Yeah, having the dot in the middle of the O is throwing me off. It's like, is that a 0? But it's in the O position. So I'll take swords for 300 Alex. And that's all zeros? I think that's right. Alright, yeah, so we have all the abilities. Oh my goodness, we are... Oh, I forgot that there was a screw attack. I mean, of course the screw attack was in this version of the game. I just forgot. That's the longest been since I played this, let alone beat it, which I'm sure I've done. It's just been a long time. Yep. Oh, that's where I could go back to. I haven't been down there yet. Oh, okay. Well, now I'm glad I did this. Samus looks so weird without the huge pauldrons on her shoulders. Just, anyway. That's the only thing that really came about in Metroid 2, right? Like, anyway. Oh man, I feel so dumb. I should have come back through this way. So I didn't want to start playing the stream this way because it would rob us of the experience of like what it's like to play the game, which is what I'm trying to go for. So that brings me back to the Zelda 2 discussion about like there are phases of some of these early games that are very frustrating, and Zelda 2 is definitely one of them because it only really gets fun when you get at least the up thrust, but especially when you get the down thrust. And so like, oh my gosh, I fell. And so playing that, wait, do I have a space jump? I don't. That space jump must have been Metroid, Super Metroid. So playing the second quest of Zelda 2, you get those abilities right off the bat. And so like that alone makes me want to play all through it right again. But there are no differences other than having those abilities and going through that part of the game. So yeah, this is the second quest, but why play it? And that's why I like the PC Enhanced Remake, because it gives you a reason It gives you a reason to want to play through a second quest. But yeah, so what I want the Pile of Shame series to be is kind of like a bunch of vignettes at a minimum of here's how you can play the game. Here's how you can get to a part where you won't be frustrated. Here's what awaits you if you can get this far, and I will help you get that far. But it's not really meant to be a walkthrough. So I'm trying to like sort of balance that line right now. Like how do I tell that story? Oh, I don't have missiles yet. Okay. All right, so there's that code. I don't think that would have benefited me at all for what I wanted to do. We did find the way it was. Let's do the Justin Bailey. Now, allegedly, this was not an intentional code. It's just a consequence of how the system works. Right? Perverts. Right. Anyway, okay. Sorry. I had to do enough of the OG Famicom Dojo bit to make that worth our while. Anyway, let's continue. Now I know where I'm supposed to be going. I feel a little bit better. I didn't have to look up a walkthrough or anything like that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm currently threading that needle right now with this Zelda 2 script, but I have to go through a lot of details, right? But there was like some observations I had about Zelda 2 that playing through Zelda 1 again makes me think, oh, because there was a version of an introduction that I wrote. I didn't have the whole script done, but I had an intro about what I wanted to accomplish in that video, and a lot of it was poking fun at people for saying that, oh, Zelda 2 was too much unlike the original Zelda, and like every example I gave was like a tongue-in-cheek, yeah, this is completely different. And I don't want to start it that way. If any of those things end up being true as I'm going through the video, I feel like it's better to address them when they come up. Assuming that there's like a moment in time where it feels okay to do that. So I'm still kind of stuck because right now it is kind of a walkthrough. I'm writing it in a way currently that like we are going through kind of step by step what you do through the first palace, but everything is illustrating a skill. Sorry, I can't talk and play this game at the same time apparently. Everything is demonstrating the skill that you need later on. It's got to pause and mention how much I appreciate that animation where you're like, is it going to open while that critter is on the door? And it never does, but it was timed perfectly to do it this way. Anyway. Yes, so to kind of illustrate that it's not meant to be a straight A to B walkthrough, I have it written now that I expect to flash forward to spots where these skills are used later in the game. But here's how you do it now and how you do it early enough to not be frustrated by the game itself not giving you these things immediately. Does that make sense? Like there's a way to get an additional magic slot early if you're willing to brave going alone in the dark for it. But that's not what I'm trying to like show. It's like, yeah, you could have done this at this point, but it's much easier once you have the candle, kind of thing. You know, like I wanna touch on little things, but not dwell on the mechanics, because like once I've done that, once I've gotten you through, and this is the part that really got me thinking about how I wanted these videos to go in the future, was that I had already played through not Ocarina, through Kid Icarus, and you know, had to find out later, oh, this is the way that you really play it. And then I was playing through the first stream of Zelda 2 with Miles, which is the first time we had a guest on the stream. Oh goodness. Am I ready for this? Whatever this is? Am I ready for this? Because there was another place that I could have gone down that I didn't. Am I going the right way, you guys? Should I have gone that other way? Ricky Martinez is here. What should I play this game on the Switch? A lot of talking. So how much would you pay for the original? How much would I pay for a cartridge? I don't know. Is it worth it? I have one, but I've had this for decades. I don't know, 20 bucks? It's probably worth more than that now. If you're gonna play on the original hardware, then fine. But like, you can get it on the Switch, or you can get it on the NES Classic Edition. Actually, I pointed back behind me, but it's actually over here. Oh my gosh! All the things are falling. All the things are falling. It's just puzzle things. There's Fallout New Vegas over there. Like, if you can find one of these, play it that way. I mean, you got the save states. You don't have the rewind feature, but you got the save states. So if you don't feel like paying for, you know, so if you're just joining the stream, I've been playing on the NSO NES controllers on Nintendo Switch Online on my Nintendo Switch. But you don't have to, right? Like, it just depends on what you want. Like, I have a Famicom Disk System version. Okay, but my Famicom Disk System has been on the fritz for a long time. It's not fully broken, but it basically won't load games most of the time. So I got to get it fixed. How much would I pay for both of those things together? That's hundreds of dollars easily. I don't know. Is a disc? How much is a disk system worth these days, or even a broken one? If you can fix it yourself, great. I don't know if I can. My twin Famicom has been busted up for a while. Let's go the easy way first, then the hard way next. Was he frozen? Fantastic. Love that for me. Oh. Not frozen long enough. Ooh, I'm glad I went this way. Love this music. Love it. I don't feel like I have enough missiles to face whatever I need to face. You know? It's feeling real bad. Oh. Oh, come on! I'm going to die. It is going to suck. Oh, Lord! And dead. Well, there you have it. Oh, I'm not going to remember that. So, what does that get me? I probably don't have enough health for sure. I still have all my missiles, though, so that's good. Oh my goodness. Very punishing. So do we go back? I like how the password keeps changing even though nothing about the status of my game actually changed. So I wonder how that works. It's probably like some bits reading. There's like some extraneous bits, and that's probably why things like the Justin Bailey code. Oh, it did change. I opened that door. So that the fact that that door is opened has been saved. And dead. How did I do what? A glitch? You can try playing Conker's Bad for a day without dying. I don't know if I can, man. That's a long game. I hadn't died until just now playing this, though, so that's something. Oh, another one. Fantastic. So sorry, I was talking about Zelda 2 and the pile of shame and like what I'm trying to do with it. I feel like that's interesting stuff. I don't know when I'm going to get to it all. If I keep dying playing video games, it's pretty long at this rate. I'm just saying. So now I've gotten that not energy tank. I've gotten that missile expansion. Oh, it actually saves my missile number of missiles too. So that's another reason for the password to be different if you die with otherwise the same abilities. Interesting. I guess that makes sense because there were some of those saves where I didn't have any missiles at all. And you can have a full 255. That's the other thing about the original Zelda also is that like it is wild. Ugh. I need to be better at this game. Why don't I get through what I'm doing, then I'll start talking because I can't play. It's too challenging. I also don't have to go through all of this, right? Like I don't have to. I can double back. Already dead. All right, let's go down. See what's down. Let's get down. See what's up when we get down. Right, so Zelda 2 is a game that I love a lot and I really want people to like. I don't think that beating over the head about being wrong about, like implying that they're wrong about not liking it is a good place to start. So I'm not gonna do that because it is true. It is a very big adjustment. And those feelings that you have about it aren't wrong. Because like I have them too. Oh, speaking of feelings, I'm feeling like I shouldn't be here. I'm feeling like this is not the place I should have gone. But I got a couple of missile upgrades, so it was worth it? Hashtag worth it? I don't know. That's hella cool though. It looks so badass. Anyway. There's more I want to say about Zelda 2. I'm playing Metroid, I'm talking about Zelda 2. Let's talk about Metroid games. Yeah? Metroid 2, it is wild that game works so well on a Game Boy. Have you guys played it? Like it's on Nintendo Switch Online here. So I would recommend trying it out if you have. Oh shoot, is Game Boy part of the expansion pack or does Game Boy Advance? I can't remember. If the regular Game Boy is part of the... It is, because... Wait. It is because I was able to play it before I bought the expansion pack. So yeah, play Game Boy. Play that version. Like this, there is no map. Very frustrating. But it is a good game. It's probably harder to play Samus Returns, which is also really, really good. Like there's this, there's Zero Mission, which is all of this game, and then you beat the game, and then there's more game, or is it like a weird bit in the middle? I can't remember how they formulated that, but it feels like you play the original Metroid game, and then there's just more game after that, is what I remember about it. I think I said I was going to show some of that. I don't think we're gonna have time, guys. I hope no one was like looking forward to that. I kind of promised in the description, but I can take that out of the description. Where was the spot where I had the other elevator I could have gone down? I can't remember where it was. Oh, good lord. Yeah, all the backtracking, so I kind of have to talk, right? So like, Samus Returns was kind of an audition for that studio that made it to make Dread. Like, it wasn't their intent, they just wanted to make a good update to a game that really needed an update. Because it's a good game, but you know, they didn't like, so Zero Mission feels like it was more like it was this game with like some other stuff. Like, Samus Returns is like a reimagining. I don't think the maps have anything to do with how these games function. Like you're not going to get anything out of knowing the layout of Metroid 2, basically. But it's such a good game, like, because the concept for Metroid 2 was so solid. Like, you're hunting down these mutated Metroids that like, you can't let them live, you can't let them escape. Whereas like there are like almost no Metroids. Like, this game is called Metroid. I haven't seen a Metroid yet. You know. That's also where the baby Metroid comes from. That is then part of Super Metroid. And then like Samus Returns is, you know, it's got all the post Super Metroid stuff to it, like the save stations and the recharge refilling stations and all that stuff that we're used to in these games since, right? So it's not the same game at all. Now, the only game that has not been remade is Super Metroid, and that feels like a ding-dang shame. Because Super Metroid is a very good game, nay a masterpiece, but like I said, especially after playing Dread, Super Metroid feels really dated. Like, I get that we've come a long way, right? But Super Metroid looks like this, just a little bit better, and the controls are pretty good. But there have been so many advances made since Super Metroid that like it's on such a high pedestal. I feel like we can't remake it, maybe, but I think we should because it is such a good game. It's kind of wild to me though that like, all right, so we have a remake for Zero Mission, and I think Zero Mission's on Game Boy Advance for NSO, right? It must be. So you can play it, but like it's wild that like a remake of that game was on a handheld. Although I guess if you're like me and had a Game Boy player, you could have played it on your GameCube. But then, like, the only way you can play Samus Returns is on a 3DS. So there's, like, no way to play Metroid 2 on a console unless you have NSO. Where I went this way, right? Like, I came back. Hold on. Where am I trying to go right now? I'm trying to find that elevator that I found earlier. That's what I'm trying to do. Anyway. So, long story short, we should see a remake of Super Metroid, and it should be on a console. Like, you know, now that the Switch 2 is going to continue the handheld console hybrid thing, you know, it doesn't really matter, I guess. But the fact that we don't have... this was the only way to go. Dang it! Do I go down? Do I go down? Is down the way I'm supposed to? Ow. Was it down or was it to the right here? Was this it? Someone help me, I can't remember. I think this was it. Right? Because we went all this way. I can't remember. Right. Right. Hold on. So we were here. And we went through this, we went through that. Was there more up and down to do? And then this is where? I can't remember. Anyway, I guess I don't have much more to say about Metroid. I really should play Other M. I mentioned earlier that I played Prime 3 on a stream, and I got to a point in it where it's like, oh, this is where the game actually starts. I just basically played the intro, and it took me however many hours and however many years to get through it. And that's a bad sign for a game, right? That if you need to do that much work to get through it, but nah, who am I to judge? I'm just the guy that paid for the game already, and it doesn't matter if I finish it or not, because I've bought every Metroid game that's come out since, literally every single one, and I don't see why Prime 4 is going to be any different no matter what I say about it, right? Right. Anyway. I am not doing well. I am not. Okay, so now I'm getting the impression that me coming out where I came out here was to get me to that elevator, and I just backtracked unnecessarily and wasted everyone's time. If I'd been like making an actual map or memorizing spots, right? Because this is where I fell. Oh, come back. Because I can't. Oh no. Oh, I can't go any higher. Oh, I am stuck here. Oh, that's a bunch of poop. I can't get down here, right? Because the elevator... Oh, this is it. No, this isn't it. Where's that elevator? Where was it? I'm gonna have to like watch the stream to find out where it is. I'll look up a map if I have to. I'm not gonna waste everyone's time like this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Here we are, not doing hardly anything. Ugh, criminy. Right. Man, I don't know. Right? Hold on. Yeah, I also got stuck on there and didn't finish. Goodbye, Ricky. Why not play Zombie U on the Wii U? Dude, I feel like we've talked about this already. You can't really play that game anymore. So AKX Media is saying that Metroid has never been a popular game in its own country, but like they've made so many Metroid games. Like I know that like Retro made the initial Prime games. Who's working on Prime 4? I don't even know anymore. I'm looking for a Metroid walkthrough here. Ultimate Metroid walkthrough. Okay. Bombs. Oh, there it goes. Okay. What I could do is use the other controller. Haha! Just use player 2, because why not? And now for Norfair. Oh, Lord. Okay. I've been going the wrong way for at least half an hour. I'm so sorry. We were doing such great progress and then it stopped. And, I mean, I gotta kind of blame the game for that. Because it's going to expect me to remember how to backtrack this much? No, 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 sir. No, sir. No. Sir. Not that I remember what this room is. It says the first missile upgrade that I got. So, there's no map. There's no map in this walkthrough I'm looking at. And that's frustrating. Let's go through this again. Anyway, what else can I talk about until we get where we're going? Like, I don't think I have anything else to say about Pile of Shame other than I think the first video I'm going to do about it in this fashion is going to be Zelda 2. And it is for these reasons. I'm almost certainly going to play the original Zelda on the live stream. Before that happens, and I think I'm going to want to do the whole thing. But there's sort of, until I get to that point, which it's going to be a little bit. Oh, for the love of Pete, I'm almost dead. Until I get to that point, there's the question of what I should do in the meantime. I started playing the original Castlevania, and maybe could go back to that. I was also doing... Shoot. What was another good one that I enjoyed? Mega Man X. I want to go back to Mega Man X. Because we finished Mega Man 3. And then I played X because all I did was talk about X when I was playing 3. So I could do either one of those. I feel like X doesn't really fit the Pile of Shame verve. Although that's not really what this show is now. It's just Sean plays, so I can play anything. That was the point. We're calling it that. But I really like X though. It's a really good game. I got real frustrated though because I was missing stuff. Right? I was missing the helmet upgrade. That took like I skipped it because I was being dumb. But then the other ones are a lot harder to get. So, Castlevania might be more interesting because it's this era of games, and I've never beaten it. I don't think I ever have. So that could be really fun to do. Oh, did that guy change? That was a glitch. That wasn't the guy I was shooting a second ago. And I'm also getting hit a lot. Whoop. There we go. Okay, where am I? And why isn't the stream playing on my phone? Oh, because I have this open. Okay. We're still streaming, right? Okay. Sorry, for some reason, my YouTube version. There we go. So where did I get the missiles? I must have gotten them in here, right? I must have gotten them in this shaft, because I was able to get here without them, right? So this is where I got them. Did I go down to get them, or did I go up to get them? Let's go down first. Ow. This feels correct. This feels like the right way to go. Why are you giving me missiles when I already have so many? I need energy. I don't need flip-flopping missiles. Oh, Lord. Ah! Alright. Any other Zelda 2 things I can talk about? It's basically a trilogy of Zelda videos I want to do, because each one is a different focus, and I try to think about how to do them all in the same one. And I think what I'm going to do instead is like make reference to the other things that I do want to talk about, but not like dwell on them. So while there might be things about like the PC enhanced remake I could talk about, if I want to get someone to play the original Zelda game, that's not really worth discussing. It's like, hey, there's a much better version, or a much, I don't know, one that might fit your modern verve a bit more. I am making notes of those things about what Zelda 2 does differently, because one of the big things I've been noticing playing through the original Zelda again was that like your damage and attack upgrades, right? Like, so instead of having a physical item you can like purchase or find in a dungeon, you have to level up in Zelda 2. And they didn't, when they brought some of these items, these thoughts back in future Zelda games, they didn't have the same purpose. You don't really have a concept of cutting your damage down or increasing your attack power. It's always been about just having more hearts or more stamina, especially in the more recent games. And then having other items that do other things that your sword can't do. Now, I guess that's not really true of Breath of the Wild. There are swords, weapons, and clothing that have different kind of status effects, as well as like damage reduction and whatnot. So that's been reintroduced into the game in a very RPG-like way, I must say. But at least it's not like a grinding stat-based way like it is in Zelda 2. So that feels like a step backward. To instead of having like an individual different sword that you can find or purchase or whatever, that you have to grind your sword ability through experience points. Feels bad. Same with your life. So the PC enhanced remake does do a bit of that, where you can get a physical other sword which gives you abilities that even in the regular Zelda 2, you can't overcome. Like, there are enemies that are impervious to your sword, and they always will be, whereas in this remake, you can optionally get a sword that cuts through that. Also, there's, kind of in the vein of the blue ring and the red ring, there's a shield spell, right? But there's also, oh, I am in the right place. Fantastic. There's a shield spell, but there's also, like, something equivalent to getting, like, the blue or the red ring. And that makes Link permanently red, but then if he uses the shield spell, he turns blue. Like, it's a very nice nod. I mean, it's the wrong order, because that's how Zelda 2 did it, was like you turned red. And red was the strongest in the original game. But it's a nice nod, right, to the roots, and kind of exemplifies how it might have been a mistake to go backwards on those things. So I would love to see a Zelda 2 remake as well with some of these ideas, and that's why I like that PC Enhanced Edition. Alright, it's been 2 hours, you guys, and I'm really sorry that it took me almost an hour to get this far, but I'm going to have to call it quits. We can pick it up here again if you want. I am going to play this game again, but I feel like I should... I don't know. We'll see how it does if I come back to this game or I go back to one of the other ones that I've been playing. So it's going to be all up to all of y'all. I need you to like and comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, that kind of stuff, to let me know what you want me to play. Because the producers get to pick this. They get to pick every month. But what I play in between is going to be up to what the viewers decide. Or if I can't find something that the viewers like, then I'll keep casting about for something that might be interesting to everybody. But that's how it's gonna have to be, unfortunately. So yeah, man, please leave a comment about whether you want me to play more of this, more of what I've been talking about. I'm gonna save that Zelda stream for when I finish that scripted video about these controllers, which I was hoping to be next Wednesday. I'm still scripting that thing, you guys. It's been a busy month. So my pace hasn't been what I wanted it to be, unfortunately. It's in here. Let's go in here first, and then we'll call it quits. Sound good? Ah. Okay, so I'm gonna want you to be right about here. Ugh, too high? Too high. There we go. Oh! Oh! You terrify me. Ah! Did you get me? Ah! I did not mean to keep shooting my missiles. What did I get? What was it? I don't even know, man. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Where am I? What is going on? I don't remember this at all. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ah! All right. Not doing this. Not doing this. Nope. Nope. Out of this whole thing. Okay. Okay. So I could... Oh no. Yeek! Ugh. That's good to know. Oh, I love this. This is great. So my instincts for not coming this way first were pretty good, I think. But I might have been able to do it. I might have been able to survive a little bit. Criminy. I should be using this more. Oh my gosh, there's 2 of these? Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need a lot of missiles to fight Kraid or Ridley or whoever. Ow. Ugh. Ugh! Criminy. Ah! 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 Oh. What is this room? This feels real bad. Ah! Aha! Oh no! Don't do this to me, game. Nope, not doing that either. Don't have time. Don't have time for shenanigans. Woo! Oh my gosh, there's 3 of these? Oh, there's so many missiles! I clearly haven't played this game in a long time, you guys, because I don't remember any of this stuff. Okay. Alright, we're going to leave it here because I am over my time. But thank you all for joining. If you want to see more... I need to discuss some housekeeping. So, like I said, this game was picked by our producers, and our producers are our Patreon audience for the month of March. We are in spring now, but we're still in March. Okay, our producers for the month of March 2025 are Alberto Vera, Cube Danders. Did you just upgrade, dude? No. Hold on. These are not active people. Sorry, these are previous producers. Let's try this again. Producers are Dilius of Sparta, James L., Keith Robinson, Matcha, Peter Burrell, Pook Ninja, and Rachel Mosier. Dojo Disciples are Aaron, Andrew Greeley, Bombs, and our season pass holders are Daniel Hathcock, Earl Grey III, and Jody Anthony. Thank you all so much. Every one of you makes this work. Anyone who subscribes can nominate a game for the producer's picks, but the producers end up, every name you heard there gets to actually vote on them, and that's what they chose. Not everyone always participates, so we also, offer the producer level for free for a week. So if you happen to want to sign up during that week where we're voting, you can. I think there's lots of good stuff you can get. When we are making our videos, we put out in progress drafts that we have you critique, get some feedback on, and that's very frequently led us to changing our approach on some videos if we feel like it's not working the way that we want. But it's also a good perk for you to see that we're doing stuff. And we got to do that a couple of times with our 2 most recent videos. And the next one coming that I keep talking about that I'm scripting, having to do with these NES controllers. So you'll get to see one of those coming up soon. I'm behind. I can't get this back in. I am behind on having an outtake from the last video. I'll get that up there. Anyone who subscribes can get those outtakes. You get your name in the credits for any of these videos. It's a great place to be. You can sign up for Patreon without being a subscriber, though, and I will give you a link to that. We talk about the stuff we're going to stream. We talk about all kinds of things over at Patreon. But I also give like general insight updates on there as well, so join us there. But so here is our link to Discord, and then here is Patreon to sign up. Famicom, oops, GPS, oops, Patreon. Famicom Dojo. And then our season pass holders are owed some things right now. So I want to share with you what our plan for the rest of the year is supposed to be. Maybe after, we'll know more once the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct happens. We're not going to be able to record a podcast that week, unfortunately, because Vink's got school. His new semester starts then. But we'll get one as soon as we can. So I might do some like little short videos or something, put things out. There are a few things I want to say and talk about regarding what I think might happen. But with so little time left, like, what's the point? there's been a lot of weird leaks and stuff too that I don't know. There had been a supposed pre-order that went up in Best Buy Canada. There are rumors about the capabilities of the system and other things, and I don't like trucking in rumors. It's not. Woo! The earthquake. I think that this just broke. That's frustrating. Oh my goodness. There we go. Got it. Yeah, this mechanism is definitely broken. Well, I can't put my weight on that. So the whole thing rocked. That was great. Anyway, so thank you all for joining. Sign up to keep abreast of what we're doing. Make sure that you can vote for this stuff, and know when things are coming out, because we'll talk about it on the Discord. Like, I gave people a heads up that we weren't going to have a stream last night. This Saturday morning is not typical, but then I put it on Patreon the day that it's supposed to come out, or like in this case 12 hours, because it was going to be this morning. So I did it last night. But sometimes it happens, the schedule can't be kept for one reason or another. But yeah, thank you all again for joining us. This chair is dead. I can't use this chair anymore. And until next time, the dojo is jumping and Houston, I guess. All right. Have a happy spring, everyone.
Famicom Dojo.